Hello everybody, Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. All right guys, so let's get into it. Today we have a story for you about Debbie Aguero and her Moroccan beau, Oussama, and we got an update with this couple. Now, if you guys watched the previous season that just ended of 90 Day Fiancé, you saw Debbie and Oussama go their separate ways. Now, this relationship never really looked like it was going to work out. It seemed very iffy that Oussama would ever get a visa to come to the U.S., which is why Debbie went to Morocco. It just, they just were not really compatible. However, just recently, Debbie opened up about Oussama actually trying to get back with her. So is that going to happen? Is that a possibility? What does Debbie think about that? Let's get to it, guys. So right here, this is a piece coming from ET Online. And we can see right here that Debbie says that Oussama is actually still trying to win her back. And she reacts to the viral donkey scene. If you guys saw the scene where she was riding a donkey, before riding the donkey, she kind of sang to the donkey. It was kind of weird. And then she rode the donkey and actually fell and tumbled over. So 90 Day Fiancé breakout star Debbie is looking back at some of her most talked about moments. The 67-year-old reality star made headlines due to her rocky romance with a 24-year-old Oussama from Morocco. And she spoke to ET about where they currently stand today. She broke up with Oussama after she accused him of using her to come to America. Debbie's plan was to move to Morocco to be with Oussama permanently, but he suddenly changed the plan when she arrived and insisted that they needed to go to the U.S. so he could work as an artist. During the tell-all, Debbie shared that he called her thousands of times to try to get back together, though he said that he no longer loved her and was just trying to end things in a peaceful manner. Debbie tells ET that he is still currently trying to win her back romantically. So this guy, Oussama, he is just not giving up. Now, I got to say one thing. I just don't see, because of the massive age gap, I think this is the biggest age gap that we've seen on the show so far. If you do the math, 67 minus 24 is about 43 years age difference. I just don't see any way that Oussama would ever be approved for a green card to come to the U.S. It just does not sound, look, or walk, or have anything to do like a viable relationship. So Debbie says he keeps contacting me, and he's back to sending me poetry. Right now, for me, it's friendship, but for Oussama, he's thinking that, the future is going to hold up, and he's going to be better, and he apologized to me, and he's looking for, like, Barry White time. And it's like, oh, no. We'll just have to keep things platonic. There is no romance now, she continues. It's like there were several chances made over the years, and trust and then sincerity, and all of that collapsed. Despite how things ended, Debbie still wants to help his family because they were kind to her and also help him fix his teeth. She became especially close with Oussama's sister. It's like, I want people to do better even though he hurt me. It's like, hey, is it wrong? Is it wrong for me to be spiteful back? No, let me lead by example. And then looking back at her season, Debbie did admit there were times when she was scared in Morocco. For example, when her and Oussama were out at night and she called him creepy. After deciding to part ways with him, Debbie told her son, Julian, that Oussama wasn't the person she thought he was, and that he changed into a different person during the nighttime. He became different, and to me that was creepy, but I think he really regrets it. But I can't forget that because it is about honor, and it's about integrity, and it's about it boomed and it crashed. So it kind of sounds like, for Debbie, she kind of had an image in her head of what Oussama was going to be like, and perhaps Oussama was trying to play up that image until he kind of eventually showed his true color. So Debbie is not as foolish as we think she is. She gave Oussama a try, which was kind of stupid in the first place, but she gave him a try. But once she saw the cracks in the facade, she said, that's it. I'm back to the U.S. I can see what this guy is doing. I can see that he just wants to come to the U.S. And of course he does. It's just ridiculous that a 24-year-old guy would want to be with a 67-year-old. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's possible, but I would say the likelihood of that happening is very low. So you really have to look at what his true motivations were. And Demi, like I said, saw right through it. Many times I counted my blessings, and thank God the 90 Day Fiancé crew was there, because it was odd and strange to have someone do a complete about face. And here I am in this little town. You know, I'm a tough old broad, but still, it's like I felt God's blessing upon me, because what would I have done without the crew there? It's like you can't just pick up the phone and call a cab and get out of there. I mean, it was scary. It was the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, strangely, the power went off in the whole house. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face, and I'm thinking, oh, thank God the crew's down there, and I'm packing my bag, and his sister's crying, and it was just horrible. I felt so bad for his sister and his family, but Oussama, it's like, I don't know if it's immaturity, but he seems so mature over the years, and then for him to do something so pedunk stops here with Miss Debbie. Pedunk means not living up to who and what you can be, you know, and your actions too. And so when I use the word, it's, you know, I'm not going to put up with people being slippery and having a hidden agenda, or just trying to bully you, or passive aggressive behavior, and so on and so forth. So you can see here, Debbie's really opening up about just what went down in Morocco. She actually sounds kind of visibly, or at least here, because we're just reading her words, she sounds shaken by what went down in Morocco. And there's more to this. You know, it was like, which Oussama am I speaking to? This was the guy that helped me out of a very serious depression through kindness, poetry, and art. And, you know, this was going on for years. And then for him to do a complete change on me, it was disturbing and heartbreaking. It's like, how can you call me names when you write me poetry? And see, he's writing it now, but it's like, it's burned into me. You know, it's like, whoa, why did you do that? You know, I had been at the lowest point of my life. She's not really shutting down the door completely to rekindling of sorts with Oussama. You know, I want to trust him. I want him to be honest and be a better man and learn from this, but he's going to have to stand up, man up, and do good things and take responsibility for his actions and be careful with his words. You know, your mouth is a trigger, and when you shoot it off, you hurt people with ugliness and bullying. So, yeah, it goes on. Debbie, okay, so she reacts to the, you know, the scene where she fell off the donkey. So a pretty long article here. I want him to be happy and have a future. I don't know if him and Jen had something going on. Okay, so now she's talking about her son. So this was the second part that I wanted to get to. As for Jen, as for her son Julian possibly making a love connection with Jen, Debbie played matchmaker backstage, and she said that she tries not to get noisy into his business, but she did admit, Jen did admit during the tell-all that she gave her phone number to Julian and found him attractive. I want him to be happy and have a future, Debbie says of her son. Now, I don't know if him and Jen had something going on or not, but they seem to be, you know, very serious-natured, and they have a lot in common, like goals and to do good. Jen is a wonderful girl. I mean, she was looking for a Prince Charming to come right in with his sequin jacket, and God knows he's a handsome man, but, you know, Rashid didn't rescue the princess, so I thought, well, Julian's around, you know? It's like, who knows? So Debbie is leaving the door open to, you know, Jen and Julian kind of getting together. Now, we don't know exactly what's going on with these two. My theory is that they're kind of playing this up for potentially coming back on the show. In both of their cases, perhaps Debbie might come back, perhaps her son Julian. Perhaps we'll see Julian on the Single Life, or perhaps we'll see, you know, Jen on the Single Life if ever her and Rishi don't work out. So to me, it sounds like they're just laying the groundwork for a potential new storyline. I'm not sure that there's anything serious going on with the two of them. And I do feel like Rishi actually really cares for Jen, and I feel like they're going to work it out. And so I feel like Jen also likes Rishi. And so I feel like the whole thing with the mom was blown out of proportion. That's my opinion. You guys let me know what you think about that. Do you guys think that Jen and Rishi are going to work out? Or do you think that maybe there's something brewing there with Debbie's son, Julian? On the other hand, do you guys think that Debbie should ever give Oussama another chance? Based on what we just kind of went through, it sounded scary. she was alone, and she sounded scared, and like she was thankful for the TLC crew being there in Morocco. And so I'm not sure that I see the possibility of that happening. It's pretty clear that Oussama wanted to come to the US. That was his main motivation. And so if ever they do get back together, I think it's going to take a long, long time, but I personally don't see it happen. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. We got some more content coming for you guys about the current season of 90 Day Fiancé. We're going to tackle Jasmine and Gino some more because there's been some lies that have been said on this season, and you'll see what I mean when we drop. It's going to be in the next coming video. So stay tuned for that. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button down below, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.